Good evening, and welcome to Literary Forum. I'm your host, Dorothy Moore, and I'm extremely proud to have with us as our guest, Dashawn Taylor, author of From Poverty to Power Moves. Welcome to the show, Dashawn.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
Your book is very inspiring, very interesting, very uplifting. What made you put your life story in the book? What was the main purpose, the main goal?
The main purpose of writing the book, I was in a privileged position to be on the BET Ultimate Hustler show. I was first runner-up on there, and my biggest inspiration to do it was to write a book for those people that came up like me that didn't have somebody that was in a privileged position to write books. And, I remember being younger, I used to read all types of books from, Native Son to Invisible Man to autobiography of Malcolm X. But those individuals seemed so far away from me. So what I wanted to do was kind of write a book because I knew I could relate to a lot of other, young kids coming up, even preteens and, people in their 20s and 30s that's trying to do things for the better their lives and better the lives of their family. So I wanted to do is relate to them and show them that it's definitely real out here, all the problems and, but no matter how low you get, you can always come up out of it. So that's why I put the book out, and that was the major inspiration behind it.
I was very impressed.
Thank you. Thank you.
You came from a very loving family.
Yes.
You have 3 other brothers.
Yes.
You have a mother and a father.
Mm-hmm.
You paid homage to them as well as your brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You paid homage to some of the people that backed you.
Definitely.
What was the promise that you talked about in the book? What was the promise? What was the promise?
Not to give the book away, but basically the promise was, not to squander the opportunity that I had because, a lot of people believe that just because they're coming up in poverty or just because, they may have lack of limitation around them that they can't do anything about the situation. And I feel that if, you got 2 arms, 2 legs, you got a brain, you can walk and talk. And, a lot of people are not in that privileged position. So, one day I just looked at, my situation. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to squander this, and I'm not going to leave, all the things back on the table and not be successful. And, again, not to give the book away, I basically made a promise to be successful, and I'm on that journey right now.
What some of the ideas in the book, From Poverty to Power Move.
Yes.
What is a power move? How do you set yourself together to move out of poverty into what is a power move to you?
Well, a lot of people, a lot of people when they read the book, they read the title of the book, they believe that, okay, this guy's talking about financial, situations or money. But the real jewel or the real key is that poverty is a state of mind.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Poverty is upstairs. It's not really about, how much money you got in your pocket because there's an old saying that says a fool and his money will soon part ways, which means that you can have all the money in the world, but if you're an idiot, you may lose that one day. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing was that what I wanted to do is in the book is show people that you have to take control of your own life. And the biggest power move is moving yourself, is waking up every morning, thanking God for that another opportunity to make something happen, and then actually going out and making those moves. So that's the biggest key that I wanted to get across in the book. And not only that, I kind of walk and talk that every day. It's days that I don't want to get up and go out and work. I get tired, I get lazy, sometimes I just want to hang out or, go hang out at a movie or chill out or just don't do nothing. But, for the most part, it's nah, I owe this to myself and I owe this to people that I'm standing on the shoulders of, which are, my parents and my grandparents and their parents and grandparents and so on and so on. So people that have that kind of lineage and understand that they're not here by chance, they are here for a specific purpose, they will get basically the gist of the book. So that's who I wanted to focus on and try to bring in some new people that don't really understand the whole concept of taking control of your own life. So
some other people had come into your life, some big names, stars.
Yes.
When you made that decision, they started coming in. Tell me a little bit about LL Cool J. and Naughty by Nature, those people that came in to give impact? How did it impact you?
It's so,
empowers you?
People don't understand the impact of hip-hop. You know, hip-hop gets a lot of negative press because right now you have a lot of the major media outlets that want to come along. They want to show hip-hop in a bad light. They want to show the negative images, the murders, the degradation of women, the misogynistic, ways about hip-hop. But a lot of people don't understand that hip-hop is a culture. A lot of stuff that you see on television, whether it be the violence and things like that, that's a social issue. That's not a music issue. There's a lot of artists out here that's really trying to do some good that may not get that mainstream appeal, that really touch individuals like myself. And coming up, getting into hip-hop at an early age, like I started listening to hip-hop, man, I want to say around 9 years old, I started listening to hip-hop really heavy. Because first of all, we didn't have a television, There was no television for us. There was no, like, the kids today, I love them to death, but they don't understand the PlayStation and the computers. That was non-existent. You couldn't sit in the house and watch 4 or 5 hours of television. You better get outside and do something. So I wasn't really listening to hip-hop heavy until I got a little older, to, my preteen years. But, artists like KRS-One and, I personally got a chance to meet people like LL at an early age, meet people like Naughty by Nature and Poor Righteous Teachers from Trenton, New Jersey, and Queen Latifah, and just all these different artists that I ran into that touched me personally and showed me that, okay, just because I'm a black male living in this society doesn't mean I have to sell crack or doesn't mean I have to rob people or have to go out and actually do something ignorant. But that's the
positive.
Exactly. And I wouldn't really say that it was, I didn't see it as being positive when I was younger. I just seen it as being something that I can attain. Not necessarily, I didn't want to be like NWA, but NWA did show me some power that you can say what you want to say, and you do have free speech. And if you're a creative individual, you can put yourself out there. So it's a lot of, like, I learned a lot from hip-hop, and I don't want to say that it was all positive. It was just allowing me to be more mature about my own life and take control of everything else that was going on around me.
You became an entrepreneur.
Yes, definitely.
Let's talk about the last part of your book.
Okay.
Talk about the 10
Hustle Commandments.
Right. So what technically is the 10 now?
Okay, so the 10 Hustle Commandments, what I wanted to do, a lot of older individuals, when they hear the term hustle, they think of a negative connotation to it. But what they have to understand is that today's youth, they cater more to that hustle lifestyle. And it's not necessarily that they're hustling something negative, but they're getting out there and they're going after what they want out of life, whether it be if they want to, be a sports player, if they want to go out and own their own entertainment company, whether they want to be a doctor. I mean, I personally know the 3 doctors from Newark.
Okay.
And they're hustlers. They are hustlers. I went to college with them. I went to Rutgers with Sam and Ramik, and I watched them evolve into the doctors they are today.
Okay.
And not to
but they
me,
were positive
exactly,
hustlers.
they were positive hustlers, and that's the biggest thing what I wanted to do in the book. I put the section called the 10 Hustle Commandments out there for individuals that have that same fire and that same passion to want to do something better than what they're doing today. So I talk about certain things like persistence, having the mindset to go out there and take all the no's and the door slamming in your face and all that, just a bunch of negative things and try to turn them around. I talk about working with your family. A lot of small businesses, use their own personal resources around them to get ahead. They may use cousins and aunts and brothers and things like that. Right. So what I talk about in the book is how to take a lot of the emotional attachment to your business out of the negotiation process so you can just look at it from a business standpoint. I talk about other things like sharing the wealth within your organization, whether it's 2 or 3 people, whether it's 20 people. You have to make everybody feel like they're a part of your team or a part of your own personal success. So I talk about that in the book. And, it's a couple other things. I don't want to give the whole book away because, it's a lot. Yeah. But the 10 Hustle